biggest wins in your life never arrived as big wins. They started as something so small you almost ignored it. A random decision on a Tuesday. A conversation with yourself in the dark when no one was around. A message you sent. A rep you did. A tiny moment that felt like nothing and ended up being everything. The problem is, most people don't trust those moments. We've been trained to believe that small means insignificant. So we wait for the big break, the big sign, the perfect timing. And while we're waiting for the universe to drop something massive in our lap, we're stepping over the tiny decision right in front of us that could change the entire direction of our lives. Here's the truth. Yeah. Big things at the beginning don't look big. They look boring. They look ordinary. They look like this probably doesn't matter. Your best skills started with being terrible and trying anyway. Your confidence started with one moment where you didn't back down. Everything you're proud of traces back to a small, unimpressive beginning. So why do you forget that when it really counts? You stand at the bottom of your own mountain, look up at how far you have to go, and tell yourself, if I can't take a giant leap, why start at all? That's the trap. That's what keeps you stuck in the same place, telling the same story about why now isn't the right time. There is no right time. The right time is the moment you decide to move, not when you feel ready, not when the fear disappears, not when someone guarantees it will work. You start scared. You start unsure. You start with no proof and you move anyway. Because doing something small beats doing nothing at all. You think the people you admire had a master plan. They didn't. They were just as confused, just as uncertain. The difference, they moved. They took the small step that felt pointless. They showed up when nobody was watching. They kept going when there was nothing to show for it yet. That's the part nobody glamorizes. Consistency in small things creates momentum. Your momentum carries you through the hard parts. You won't always be motivated, you won't always feel inspired. What you need is not constant motivation, it's commitment. Commitment is, I'll do the small thing, even when I don't feel like it. Write one page, do 10 push-ups, send one message, make one call, fix one thing. Those actions feel too small to matter. That's exactly why they're powerful. They're so small, your excuses can't get there fast enough. And when you do that small thing, something shifts. Not in the task, in you. You start stacking proof. I'm someone who follows through. I'm someone who moves. I'm someone who does what I said I'd do. That's how identity changes. Not with one grand gesture, but with 1,000 tiny yeses to the work. People don't fail because they can't do big things. They fail because they refuse to keep doing the small things once they stop feeling exciting. And here's the part you need to hear. The small thing you're avoiding right now. The conversation you won't have. The habit you won't start. The fear you won't face. That's not in your way. That is the way. Progress is brutally unglamorous. It feels repetitive. It feels slow. Most days it feels like nothing's happening. Think about planting a seed. Day 5, nothing. Day 10, still nothing. On the surface it looks pointless, but underground roots are forming. Systems are building. Foundations are being laid, and then one day, without warning, something breaks through the soil. That's how breakthroughs actually arrive. Quietly. After a long stretch of days that felt like they didn't count. Most people quit during that invisible phase. They walk away one step before it would have shown. They tell themselves it's not working right before it was about to. Don't be that person. You need to redefine what progress means. Progress is not, did everything change today? Progress is, did I show up today? Did you do the thing you said you'd do? Did you take the smallest step forward even when nobody would have blamed you for skipping it? That's the metric. That's where your life changes, not in the dramatic moments, but in the quiet ones where you chose action over comfort. Because the truth is, the middle is where winners are made. Not the start. Everyone's excited at the start. Not the finish. Everyone celebrates at the finish. The middle. The part where it's boring, where it's repetitive, where it feels like work, where you question everything. If you can stay in the middle without needing constant excitement, without needing instant results, you separate yourself from almost everyone. You don't need to be the most talented.